What's up, guys? Welcome to part 2 of our series, and this part we are going to tackle texturing. We are going to add materials to our design. So first thing first for you to do is to add a sky. So in this sky we need to have like a texture on it. This is what will drive reflections, and so I have this HDRI imported. So this is how the HDRI looks like. If you want this specific copy of the HDRI, I would leave it a link on the description. So once you put a sky, now your Arnold renderer can now see whatever is in your scene. But for now, you see we don't even have any material. So the first thing we go to create Arnold standard surface. So this one we will name it to, starting with the raster. We open the network editor. So we want to drive the color using a ramp RGB. So we want to pipe it to the main base color. So this is what will be driving the color. Then change the type to circular. So now we can just apply it. You can just want to apply it to see how it will look. Apply it on the raster ring. So for now it's just a black and white ramp. So we need to add the red, green and gold raster colors because the show is a reggae show. So we want to change those ones. For now we don't even need to change much from them. So what we need to work on is our colors. So this first one will be red, and this one will be green, and then the last one something close to orange or yellow, red, green and gold. So this one also, you can also adjust them to your liking. It doesn't have to be specifically the way I did this. This was just for the sake of the tutorial and how you can achieve gradient colors in Cinema 4D or Arnold renderer. So I just thought the ring was too small. Now I'm adding more ring radius so that you can see it better. So this is how it looks after adding extra radius. Yeah, don't forget to save. So I just duplicated this. So this material to be like the silver one. So I'm going to disable that ramp, and then let's change this to silver. Change this to silver, yes, metal and then silver. I don't really think should be touching this. You can just play with settings to see what works for you. And then I'm going to add it to the J. So what we are doing here is just tweaking and figuring out what can work. So just touching random settings to see which one works best. I don't have any specific thing in mind. I'm just trying several combinations and see which one can work best. So I even reduce. So this one gives it a little bit darker. Now this one makes it gray. I'm just playing with the settings and previewing and seeing which one will best suit the project. Same thing you can do is open your software and then try several settings, see which one works, see which settings does not. So I'm just even trying aluminium, see if it can still looks darker. Yeah, looks quite okay, but still very dark. Just trying different options, see which one works. So even trying to add emission. So this stage mostly is just trying different types of materials and see which one works best for your design and the style you're going for. So now I wanted my J to have two colors, one as an outline and the other as the main. So with caps and fillets added to your thing, you can define that by either using letter R1 for rounding 1 or R2 for rounding 2. If it's for the caps, cap 1, capital C, or cap 2, capital C for caps. So rounding R1. So for this one is, in this case, it's rounding, you can see it's only affecting the areas where the caps and fillets were applied, the rounding areas. So I'm still tweaking the main material, still haven't gotten a color that I'm quite satisfied with. I think I'll just leave it as white, pure white, and it's not coming out clear. So like I said, you can just try several combinations of colors to see which one works for your material. It's the same thing I'm doing here. I'm just trying several of them and see which one works. So I'm playing with the materials, metallicness, so increasing it bit by bit. Just trying a bunch of settings to see. I don't have specific ones in mind, I'm just trying several ones to see which one works. So you can always play with this and check results, see if this is what you want or this is not what you want, and keep changing the settings. So I think for now I'll just go with that, but it might change. So this one I want it to be also like very black, so I'm just going to change the metallicness to 1 and then apply it to the base plate. I think it's too bright. I need to also reduce that and change this to a little bit black or gray. Yeah, so something like that. So reduce this metallicness and then apply it to the rest of the segments, and then the outer segment is white. I think that will just help you differentiate it from the background. If everything else is black, you may not see the background. So the same technique I used, you can apply two materials on one text but separate them with the under the selection area section. You can change which sections you want your material to affect. So caps and roundings, caps represented by capital C, rounding capital R. So this is how the final result looks like. Yeah, so just that. So caps can also work for text, extruded elements, or yeah, I think only those, or maybe there is more, but I've only explored those two. Text and extrude knobs, so you can define sections you want your text, your material to affect. So you apply several materials on one object, but define where each and every material affects. So this is how it looks. Let me just change something on renders here. So I want a square size, so 1920 by 1920. Then check that out. So this is how it looks. So this you can still tweak some of the material settings to get desired look. You can change, edit, manipulate colors, but then I want the O in town to be the speaker, so I'll just put a space there, and then probably duplicate the main speaker and maybe rename it, something like that. So what I'll do is go to the main speaker, duplicate, rename it to 0, and then bring it close to where town is, scale it down, and then adjust the position. So instead of writing letter O there, we're going to use the speaker to be the O. So put it somewhere like that. So if you check, scale that down, and then align it. It's still not aligned well. Oh, we did not texture the centerpiece. Yeah, like that. So we have the centerpiece textured, and then I think it's more onto the Z positive. We need to move it back a little. Yeah, you need to select it and move it back to almost touch but not intersect. So I just wanted to move it, no, just somewhere like that. I think that's okay. So guys, this is the texturing part. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next final part, which is animation now. Bye bye.